This is the Back to Jerusalem, North Korea Prayer Guide, Day 19, A Stranger's Love. Mr. Wong's phone rang one day while he was working in his yard. It was a Chinese pastor friend of his. There was a young family who had just escaped across the river from North Korea and needed help. Immediately, Mr. Wong agreed to help them. He hung up the phone, went and prepared his home, and waited for the family. When they arrived, they were the typical refugees fresh from the crossing of the river. They were skinny, dirty, shaggy-haired, wearing tattered clothing, and wanted food and money. Mr. and Mrs. Wong prepared them a warm Korean meal and made them a bed for them to sleep in on the heated floor. They were so incredibly thankful, but did not express it in a way that many might expect. They did not smile or bow or repeat words of thanksgiving. They were like wounded, scared animals, suspicious of everything. They simply did not understand why complete strangers would help them. Their desperation led them in, but their suspicion kept them at a distance. After some time, Mr. Wong told them the reason why they are different than the other North Koreans that they would meet on their journey of escape. They explained that they are Christians and that they love Jesus, and their love of Jesus compels them to love one another. After some time, the woman began to cry. She opened up to Mr. and Mrs. Wong and told them about how the government had forced her to have an abortion when it was discovered that she was pregnant with her second child. The more she remembered, the more intense she cried. Her body trembled and shook. Miss Wong softly shared the gospel with her to bring her comfort. After sharing for only a short time, the small family opened up their hearts, and it seemed to intuitively understand what the Wongs were saying. Mr. Wong gave them an audio Bible. They were so happy to receive an electronic version of the Bible. Most paper Bibles in North Korea never last very long because North Koreans attempt to hide them by tearing them apart and burying them in the ground so that they will not be found by the government officials. The prayer points for today. All too often, North Korean women are forced to abort their babies. The people of North Korea desperately need to know the kind of love that is given without merit. Pray that more missionaries will be sent to the North Korean people to show the love of God. Today's scripture reading comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 35 to 40. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it unto me.